Okay, my friends, we've got ourselves a lonely tree here. Oh my God, what a beautiful view though. So that tree, even though it's lonely, is probably going, oh my goodness, look at this view I get to look at every day. Hey, this is an on your own problem, so you should have solved the entire problem on your own. Now you have your paper in front of you and you're watching this video to make sure you did it correctly. So here is the scenario. Take a look at this lonely tree, all alone. It is the only tree on this ridge. It has been stretching, soaking in the sun's rays, and growing leaves for the past year. It has produced 93,734 leaves. Let's go ahead and write that down. 93,734 leaves in the past 364 days. So I'm going to write 364. And if you notice, I wrote this kind of as a fraction because fractions actually means divided by, right? So 93,734 divided by 364. Hey, that's kind of cool. Hey, anyway, let's get back to the scenario. If this tree produced the same amount of leaves each day, how many leaves did this tree grow per day? So, as you see here, I have written the 3s, 6s, and 4s down. So I've got 3s, 6s, and 4s. And now I'm going to, for estimating, I will bump this up to 400, right? So I will use the 4s to do that. So without further ado, let's get started with this problem. And the very first thing I want to do is create my first area box. I'll do that right here. And then I'm going to plug the 93,734 right inside the box. The 364 goes on the outside, and now I'm trying to figure out how many times 364 will go into 93,734. So first thing I want to do is shrink this, and then I'm going to bring it right over here. And bam, there we have it. So now I've got a little bit more room to work. So as you see, 364 will fit into this first 3 digits. So I'm going to get 2 place value holders above the 1s column and the 10s column. So I'm going to go 0 and 0, and that means that I got 2 zeros here because 0 times 364 is 0, and 0 times 364 is 0 as well. Superb. So now I'm going to bump this up to 400 for my estimation, right? Which means I'll use my 4s here, and I'll imagine that just like here, there's 2 zeros behind each of these digits. And I'm going to try and get as close as possible to 937. So I got 400, 800, and 1,200 is too much. So I'm going to come back here and multiply by 1, 2. I'll plug a 2 right there. So bam, there you have it. Now I'm working with the real numbers. So 2 times 4 is going to give me 8. So I'll drop my 8 right there. And then 2 times 6 is going to give me 12. So I'll drop my 2 and carry my 1. So I drop my 2 right there, and I carry the 1. And then I got 2 times 3, which is 6. But I got to add this 1 in, so I get 7, right? And then I'm good to subtract. But before I do, I always like to look for trouble a-coming. Clearly, I have no trouble here. I have trouble a-coming here, though, don't I? So I'm going to borrow from the 3. I'm going to turn that 3 into a 2, and then I'm going to turn that into 17. I've got no trouble here and no trouble here, so I'm ready to add my next area box. And I'll do that right there. And then 4 minus 0 is going to give me 4 right here. 3 minus 3, that's craziness. 3 minus 0 is 3. 17 minus 8 is going to give me 9. And then I've got 2 minus 2 is 0. And 9 minus 7 is going to give me 2. So let's go ahead and look here. And as you see, the 364 can no longer fit into the first 3 digits here. So now I'm working in with these 4 digits here, which means I just need a place value holder for the 1s column. So I'll add a 0 above that 1s column, which means I got to add a 0 here because 0 times 364 equals 0. Lovely. So now I'm working with the 4s, and I'm going to try and get to 2,000 93. Actually, not above it, but close to it, right? So each of these has zeros behind it. 400, 800, 1,200, 1,600, and 2,000, and then 2,400, which would be too much here, right? So I'm going to come back here, which means I'm multiplying by 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm going to plug a 5 right there, and bam, there you have it. Now I'm working with the real numbers. 5 times 4, we already know, is going to give me 20, right? So I'm going to drop my 0 and carry my 2, 0, and carry the 2 right there. And then 5 times 6 is going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is going to give me 30, plus this 2 is going to give me 32. I'm going to drop a 2 and carry my 3 right here. Then 5 times 3 is going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, plus 3 is going to give me 18. So I drop my 8 and my 1, and now I'm ready to subtract. But before I do, I always like to look for trouble coming. Clearly, I have no trouble here. I have no trouble here. Here I do have trouble, so I'm going to turn this into a 1 and borrow a group of 10 to make that 10. And now I am good to go. So I'm going to add another area box here, and I'm going to get 4 here, 3 here, and 9 minus 2 is going to give me 7. And then 10 minus 8 is going to give me 2. And 1 minus 1 zeroes out. So now I'm working with 2,734. So let's look here, and you can clearly see that 364 will not fit into 273. So I am working with the whole number. I'm in the ones column now, 2,734. So let's go ahead and use our 4s once again. And this would be 400, 800, 1,200, 1,600, 2,000, 2,400, and 2,800 is just a little too much. So we're going to come back here to 2,400, which means we're multiplying by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'll plug a 6 right in there, and bam, there you have it. And now 6 times 4, I already know, equals 24. So I'm going to drop the 4 and carry the 2. So I'll drop the 4 and carry the 2 right there. And then 6 times 6 is going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 36, plus 2 is going to give me 38. So I'm going to drop an 8 right there and carry my 3 right here. And then I've got 6 times 3, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18, plus 3 is going to give me 21. So let me enlarge this a little bit and write the 21 there. And now, before I do my subtraction, I want to check for any trouble coming. I have no trouble here. Uh-oh, I got trouble coming, right? So I'm going to borrow from this 7, turn it into a 6, and turn that into 13. Then I've got no trouble here and none here either. So let's go ahead and make our next area box and do our subtraction. So 4 minus 4 is 0. 13 minus 8 is going to give me 5. And 6 minus 1 will give me 5 as well. And then 2 minus 2 zeroes out. So let's look here what we've got. And you can see 364 will fit in here one more time. So I'm going to add another one right up on top. And then I'm going to write my 364 right there. Once again, got to check for trouble coming. I've got trouble coming right away, right? So I'm going to actually make this a little bigger so I got even more room to work. I'm going to cross that out, turn that into a 4, turn that into 10. I got more trouble coming because I cannot take 4 and subtract 6. So I'm going to borrow from here, turn that into a 4, turn that into 14, and now I am good to go. So I'm going to add another area box right below this one. And 10 minus 4 is going to give me 6. And 14 minus 6 is going to give me 8. And then 4 minus 3 is going to give me 1. So I've got 186. And if you look here, 186 is smaller than the 364. So the 186 becomes my remainder, right? And that's lovely. So now I'm really pretty much all done other than, whoa, that one's trying to run away from me, isn't it? I need to add this up. So before I do, I'm going to move this over here. So I got a little bit more room, right? Because I like to have plenty of room. Plenty of room, my friends. All right, so I'm adding up this way. And as you see, I've got the 6 plus 1 is going to give me 7 here. And then I've got just the 5 here. And just the 2 right here. And then I got to plug in my remainder, which is 186, right? So let's go back to our scenario. And here you have it. You've got this lonely, lonely tree here that's growing a lot of leaves. It grew 93,734 leaves over the past year, 364 days. How many leaves on average did this tree grow per day, right? And if you do that, you will see that you have 257 leaves every day, and you got a remainder of these extra 186 leaves, right? So this is the exact answer if you were answering this problem. However, if you were answering, you could actually say, hey, it's between 257 to 258 leaves per day. And that would be how you would answer that. Now, here's the bigger deal, right? If you made a mistake anywhere along the way here, no worries at all, my friend. Simply pause the video, fix your mistake. That is the fastest way to learn. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you soon. And now, on to counting by the numbers. This is a great strategy for anybody who does not have all their multiplication facts memorized. Counting by threes. Ready? Here we go. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Counting by fours. Ready? And 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. Counting by sixes. Here we go. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. Counting by sevens, here we go. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70. And counting by eights, here we go. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80. Counting by nines, here we go. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90.